That live report. UMass Amherst students gathering in front of their student union to launch a protest against the campus police department. Western Mass News reporter Glenn Kittle joins us live in Amherst now with the latest details. Glenn.
Chris, the student protesters today want to see more done for police, and they're also calling for the abolition of the campus police.
What do we want? Abolition! Now!
UMass Amherst students calling for the abolition of the university's campus police department. One of the protesters tells Western Mass News they want to seek more community-based policing solutions.
Taking community, like student, faculty, staff control over the student affairs budget as like a step towards like democratizing the university as a whole and taking over the university as a whole.
Protesters also claim campus police receive a third of the student affairs budget. They say those funds could be better spent on student housing or scholarship opportunities for students.
We clearly need some sort of support system for students. Transformative justice initiatives towards alternative responses, like instead of a police response.
In a statement sent to Western Mass News, UMass campus police say they've received recommendations on how to improve. The list includes a review of UMPD's existing use of discretion policy, offer de-escalation training to campus officers throughout their careers, review pedestrian detour plans, and adding body cameras. Campus police say, quote, UMPD is committed to identifying and eliminating bias in policing. For this reason, along with the university's commitment to an equitable, inclusive campus environment. The protesters today say that this is just the start of their efforts. They plan on attending more meetings and protesting on campus in the weeks to come. Reporting live in Amherst, Glenn Kittle, Western Mass News.